And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Regular. 80 weapons.
Mayfield now. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw, Mayfield. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Second and 5 now. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
Watch the whip.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. He's got it, so they take just the one here, and that makes it an 8-7 game in the first. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On play action, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And again, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk...
He's got daylight. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 88 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. From the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
We're going to 54. Why?
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mayfield completes it to Higgins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! 50, my 50! Stop your
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think the pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield? The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, it's Nick Chubb, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. The throw right sideline here is complete. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
Switch. He's checking. Out. Shift. Go to 54.
Play action now, Prescott. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Prescott now. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. It's caught, Cooper. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Forbath descended away now following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And again, it's Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
53, Mike. Yeah, let's get 22, check, 22.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. After all he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
X3, 218, chopper.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Push him back.
They run it again with Chubb, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hurry! Mike 50.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
53, Mike. Yeah, let's get that ball here. We're going to 53. Check, 26.
Now Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. To throw, Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll give it to Chubb. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Kill. 47.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. On play action, Prescott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that is. This is caught inside the 15. 33 yards that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A run for Nick Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And, yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Prescott off play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Cooper was the target there. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Chubb. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 4th down, Mayfield. And this is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Kill.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.